Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm here today to do a video on foods to avoid feeding your baby. I got all the information from whattoexpect.com. They're a great site. And if you know of any food that's not safe that you want to share with me, let me know. Comment below. Maybe there's something I missed on this list. Let's get started. The first one is honey. Honey. You shouldn't give honey to babies under 1 year old. It can be harmless. It is harmless to adults. These spores can cause botulism in babies under 1 year old. This is serious but rarely fatal illness and can cause constipation, weakened sucking, poor appetite, lethargy, and even potentially pneumonia and dehydration. And just to piggyback off of that, there was once a baby I saw admitted to a hospital that was given the honey, and I don't think it was by the parents. I think it might have been by a caretaker. So a lot of times you got to be careful because maybe some of these caretakers don't have the knowledge. They don't know what's safe, what's not safe, and they think maybe honey might be soothing to the baby, and it can be very, very damaging, very, very serious. Your baby will end up in the hospital. Next one, cow's milk. Cow's milk. Not recommended. It says babies under 1 year old should steer clear of cow's milk since it can be hard for the infant to digest. Cow's milk also doesn't have all the nutrients such as iron and vitamin E a baby needs to grow. So the only reason I can see parents maybe using cow's milk is maybe they're trying to find a way to maybe trying to find a way to be economic, and not have to spend and so much money on formula, but it's just not worth it. And I don't even think milk is really healthy or anything. When I was growing up, they used to always push milk on us. Oh, you got to get healthy, be strong bone, blah, blah. Nah, I just think milk is actually kind of pretty unhealthy. And I mean, you could debate all day about it, but there's probably other sources, other things you could do for the calcium or whatever else you're looking for. Next one, fruit juice. But why? Why fruit juice? It says fruit juice isn't much of a step from sugar water, containing calories but none of the fat, protein, calcium, zinc, vitamin D, and fiber that babies need. It can drown tender appetites for breast milk. So if you're breastfeeding and then you start giving juice, the baby's probably not going to want the milk after she tastes the juice, right? Let's see here. Drown the tender appetite for breast milk and formula should be mainstay of the baby's diet for the first year. So you shouldn't give it for the first year. Too much juice can also cause tooth decay, diarrhea, chronic tummy troubles. So, and here, what else? There was a part that I wanted. There was another thing. Oh no, actually it's on the next one. So let me hop on to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Next one. Refined grains. This is the reason why I didn't want to give my daughter the rice cereal, because I don't know, it's just, you got to be careful what you give your babies. It says not all carbs are equal. Nutritionally speaking, complex carbs provide naturally occurring nutrients that are stripped during the refining process, which turns whole grains white. So whole grains are also rich in fiber, which helps keep blood sugar steady. So opt for 100% whole grain. I always buy the whole grain bread. If you're not buying the whole grain bread, it doesn't matter what color the bread is, white or brown. If it's not whole grain, it's really unhealthy for you. You might as well spend $1 or $2 extra and get the whole grain for your whole family. So it should be healthier, better, healthier choices. All right, moving on to the next one. Next one, sugary treats. Babies who haven't sampled cupcake don't care to lick about the frosting yet and how sweet it is. Baby taste buds do have a natural affinity for sweet, but they're also more open to at this age to other flavors: sharp, tangy, tart, even bitter. If you introduce them, there's no need to ban naturally sweet baby favorites like bananas since they serve up nutrients. Just avoid sweetening everything the baby eats as a fruit. You're building the baby's flavor foundation. So to piggyback off of this, I was talking to a parent the other day on my favorite form that I mentioned, and the parent was saying you can't give your baby all sweets. When you start feeding solid foods, you don't want to do all apples and bananas, because you have your baby build other flavors in their mouth that they're okay with it. If you're always giving them sweet, then when you go to give them something maybe healthier or that doesn't have the same sweetness, the baby might not want that. They're going to start rejecting everything, especially if you're breastfeeding or giving them milk, or you're trying to have your baby have a healthy lifestyle. You kind of want to mix it around. Don't always give the sweet stuff, And I didn't know about that. It makes sense, and I had no idea about that. So that's just another tip. What to avoid choking hazards. Because the danger of choking, avoid giving baby foods that won't dissolve in the mouth, can't be mashed with the gums, or can easily be sucked in the windpipe. So these include uncooked raisins, whole peas, raw firm flesh vegetables, carrots, bell peppers, or fruit, apples, unripe pears, grapes, and chunks of meat. Once the molars come into 12 months, you can add foods for chewing. So, and also it says hold off on common choking hazards like raw carrots, popcorn, nuts, whole hot dogs until your child is chewing well around 4 or 5 years old. So a lot of the solid foods that you start your baby on, you want to make sure they have like these steamers now that like they steam. You can boil this stuff, but you can steam it too, so it softens it up. And then you can get a blender, or they have the baby blenders too. And you want to puree, so it's like a creamy like texture, so it's not, there's no choking hazard, and you can be safe. You don't have to worry about that. Unpasteurized foods. Mommy, when you were pregnant, a lot of times they told you can't have unpasteurized stuff. Like me and my girlfriend went through like this whole list, like, oh my God, she's not gonna be able to eat anything. But you just have to be mindful. Just as these foods were off the menu when you were expecting, you should never serve your baby unpasteurized dairy products, juice, cider. They can contain dangerous bacteria and that cause life-threatening illness in babies and young kids. On to the next one. Smoked and cured meats. This probably goes without saying, but maybe it doesn't, because some people just might not know. Most smoked or cured meats like bologna or bacon contain nitrates and other chemicals that are high in sodium and animal fat, which means they should be served to babies. Which means they should be served to babies rarely, if at all. You probably really shouldn't serve this to your babies. And it says ditto for most smoked fish. High mercury fish you want to avoid. Research shows that regularly feeding baby fish can boost IQ. Just avoid those with high mercury, such as sharks, swordfish, king mackerel, talfish, and fresh tuna. Also steer clear of fish from contaminated waters, especially if you go fishing. Check with the local health department. And then it says stick to the main varieties such as haddock, hake, pollock, ocean perch, whitefish, wild salmon. I love salmon, but you got to make sure if you're going to give your baby salmon, go for the wild salmon, because the ones that are farmed, I guess, have higher levels of mercury. Tilapia, to me, I used to like tilapia. Tilapia is like a dirty fish. They're put in like these things. They're eating their own poop. Tilapia, there's nothing healthy, beneficial about tilapia, so I wouldn't even put tilapia in that list. It says flounder, trout, shrimp, and scallops. I would stay away from the tilapia. Canned tuna also gets the thumbs up. Just opt for canned chunk light tuna, which contains less mercury than Albuquerque tuna, and limit to no more than 1 ounce per 12 pounds of baby weight. So it almost kind of reminds me of my girlfriend was pregnant, and like there's a limit of how much fish you can have. It was like a whole ordeal. And then it says allergenic foods. You may have heard that you should avoid feeding babies allergenic foods, including peanuts, eggs, wheat, citrus, fruits, tomatoes, strawberries, during the first year. But the AAP now recommends introducing allergenic foods early, between 4 and 11 months, to prevent food allergies. And that's a good thing, since they're packed with healthy protein, folate, and other essential nutrients. Just talk to your doctor, yada, 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 yada. Also avoid whole nuts, since they can be a choking hazard. At the age of 4, start off with smooth nut spreads and butters. And just a warning too, I was reading in another article that even the nut spreads, like peanut butter and that stuff, that can be a choking hazard. It can get stuck in your child's throat. So really be mindful and be careful of what you feed your child. Yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope that this video was informative. I want to continue to increase the quality of my videos. Sometimes it's a little bit hard because I have my daughter and I have work and I have to get rest, and I'm trying to push content out, but I'm also trying to increase the quality. Also, I just want to show you here, I referenced 2 sources for the information that I got. So this is another site. It's called babycenter.com. It's another good site, and they list the same information here that's unhealthy for babies: honey, cow milk, soy milk, larger chunks, raw, everything I mentioned already. They actually mentioned here too nut butter. So pretty much the same thing, but I just wanted you to know that I double referenced and double checked the foods to avoid. All right. If you know any other foods to avoid, comment down below. Hit the like button. I'm going for 5 likes. And just thank you everybody for the support. I've gotten a lot of support. Thank you from the people that have been there from day one. my girlfriend, Ricardo, Lucy, Michelle, HQ Car, just to mention some of the people. I really, really appreciate you guys taking the time to comment, to watch my videos and all that stuff. So I hope you have a great day. I'm going to get some rest. Take care.